Optics. Optics is a branch of physics. It's a branch of physics that deals with the behavior, properties of light and its interactions with matter. Optics is a branch of physics that deals with the behavior of light and properties of light. At the same time, how does the light interacts with matter? How does the light interacts with the different types of materials that are present around us? So light is an electromagnetic radiation. EMR means electromagnetic radiation with various frequencies and wavelengths. So it has various frequencies as well as various wavelengths. Okay. So here then let us discuss about the behavior or characteristics of light. So it has dual nature. Light has dual nature. That means it travels like, it behaves like particles and it behaves like waves. So the light has dual nature, that is it has particle nature as well as wave nature. So remember this character will be used in your chemistry topic, that is atomic structure. So there I will tell you the same thing. Light has dual nature and this will be used there. Okay, so light has dual nature, particle nature as well as wave nature. Next, propagation. Propagation of light. How does the light propagate? So what does it mean by propagation? Propagation means the passage, the traveling from one place to another place. So how does the light travel from one place to another place? So sound, let us take sound into our concern. Sound needs a medium to travel. Okay, now I'm talking. Yes, so I'm talking and you're listening to it in your mobile phone or whatever. So that is different. But whenever it is, whenever you people are hearing the sound is traveling from your mobile phone to your ear in the medium of air. In the medium of air. So here the medium is air. But when you take off light, it doesn't need a medium. It doesn't need a medium to travel. So it can travel in vacuum also. So it can travel in vacuum. Then what is the speed of light? What is the speed of light? Speed of light includes, that is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second, and we can convert that is 3 lakhs kilometers per second. Next, light. How does the light travels? So it travels in vacuum. Then which type of path it takes? So it takes always the shortest path to travel. The principle includes in that is Fermat principle. So light follows Fermat principle, which says light takes the shortest path to travel from one place to another place. Okay, so this is the behavior of light or the characteristics of light. Okay, next, what are the properties of light? Properties of light, those include first one, reflection, next refraction, dispersion, diffraction or diffraction you can call, interference, polarization. Yes, these are all the properties of light. So first one, reflection, refraction. Reflection we already started in 7th class. Yes, refraction we completed in 9th class, and dispersion we are going to learn in 10th class. Diffraction, interference and polarization, these will be learned in your higher studies. Okay, so let us learn the reflection in detail. Reflection of light in detail in this first topic of your 10th class physical science, that is reflection of light. Reflection of light. The first property of light, that is reflection of light. Let us see what is reflection of light. Okay, so let us take a material or an object. It is an object. It is an object. Yes, so on this a light ray is falling. A light ray is falling. Yes, whenever this, I already said that light travels in a straight line in the air. Light travels in straight line in air. So whenever there is an obstacle comes in between the light ray, in between the path of the light ray, then it hits this object. It hits the object and some amount of light will be entered into this object. Some amount of light will be entered into the object. That means this light is absorbed. Some amount of light is absorbed by this object, and some amount of light will be transmitted, and some amount of light will be bounced back. So this is the incidence of light. Incidence. So this is absorption of light, and this is transmission of light, and this is the reflection of light. Reflection of light. The objects classified into mainly three types based on the transparency of light, based on the light transparency. Those are transparent materials, translucent materials, and next opaque materials. Transparent materials, translucent materials, opaque materials. That means the materials, the objects which are present around us, those are classified into these, mainly these three types based on the light transparency. Okay, let us see what is a transparent material. So in this, how many phenomena we have seen? Reflection we have seen, absorption we have seen, absorption, and this is transmission. Transmission. Okay, so whenever the light is incidenting on any object, yes, some of the light will be absorbed by the object, and some of the light will be transmitted by the object, and some of the light will be reflected. Okay, so what about transparent materials, and why do we call some of the materials as transparent materials? Let us take a clear glass. A clear glass we have taken. Yes, just a clear glass. Okay, so whenever the light hits that object, whenever the light hits that clear glass, yes, so what will be happen? The total light will be passed through that. The total light will be transmitted through that. Yes, we can call it as transmission. So the transmission rate of that object is more than the absorption rate and reflection rate. So that is why the object is called as transparent object. Okay, let us take translucent object. Okay, translucent. So what does it mean by translucent? Okay, let us take an oil paper. So this is a paper, normal paper, not oil paper. So it is a paper. So it doesn't allow the light to pass through it. So it is completely reflecting back. The light is falling on it and is reflecting back. That is why you are able to see this and you are able to read this matter which is written on it. Yes. So when it is coated with oil, so at that time what happens here? The light falls on it, and it can be absorbed by the oil paper, and that follows different pathways inside this paper. Inside this paper, it has some thickness. In this paper, it follows different pathways, and it reaches outside. So that is why when the oil paper is there, yes, we cannot see behind the materials which are present, the objects which are present behind the oil paper, we cannot see clearly. Those are fuzzy. So oil paper is translucent material. The next one, opaque materials. So what are opaque materials? So those materials which cannot pass the light to pass through them. The materials which cannot pass the light through them are called as opaque materials. Okay, so here the light is falling on it and it's completely reflecting back. Means the rate of reflection is highly more. It is more when compared to rate of absorption as well as rate of transmission. Okay, when compared to the rate of transmission, when compared to rate of absorption, rate of reflection is more in case of opaque materials. So here we are going to discuss completely about opaque materials. How does the light behave? How does the light behave when it hits the opaque materials? At that time only the reflection will be taken place. Okay, so you are watching, when you are walking in sunlight, you can see your shadow. You can see your shadow. The shadow will be formed because you are an opaque material. You are not passing the light to pass through you people, and your body is not transparent to the body, transparent to the light. So that is why it forms a shadow. Yes, whenever there are the materials, opaque materials, they form shadows, right? They are forming shadows means they are reflecting the light.